Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, Divine Messenger, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in everyone. Okay, so yeah. Let's get started on another reading, right? So I was playing with the Under the Oak Tarot. I was trying to. Did I even label that? No. I labeled the last one Starseed Transmission because they took over with some channeled messages, right? I've got this new deck I've been trying to get to, but I keep feeling guided to this. Okay, Under the Oak Tarot, and the duality of that. See the reflection of the trees, right? For some of you, you're realizing why you've been experiencing certain things. Like you're realizing the mirrored reality and the reflection of everything. You're realizing why you've been experiencing certain things, okay? Because you're seeing it all mirrored back to you, reflected back to you. And you know that happens for you to do the inner work, for you to do the healing, for you to realize how to evolve your soul, right? For some of you, you could be changing things now. Like, you know what? I'm going to heal this about myself so I don't attract this anymore. You could be realizing how certain people are holding you back, right? But this big thing about healing, Four of Swords coming out. Look, see, you're getting like your eyes open, see? You're being forced to see something. You're being shown something. Okay, we've got the Lovers coming out with the Sun and the Moon. What the hell? The Sun and the Moon. Oh, you balancing, baby. Wow. You're healing for balancing. You're finding that duality. You're starting to embrace the dark side, the shadow aspect of yourself. You're falling in love with the darkness and the beauty, and you're realizing how that forged you and formed you and perfected you. So for some of you, whoa, you could be realizing why you attracted certain lovers, certain connections, certain situations. Wow. This deck is powerful. I was talking about how I got this deck too. I received it early when it wasn't supposed to be released yet. Yeah, there's something about that. Peacocks have been standing out to me. I just realized that. I seen peacock rings today. They were beautiful. And a peacock picture frame that I almost got. And that big, beautiful peacock right there. So there's a look up the spiritual meaning behind peacocks. Something about that standing out to me. Seven of Cups. Some of you are realizing you got options. Page of Pentacles flipped. Ace of Swords. Ace of Wands. What? What the hell? You have this abundant, I keep saying abundant. You have this beautiful, passionate beginning. You're with the Ace of Swords, like you're strategizing, you're planning, you're communicating, you're putting it into action. You're realizing the burdens, the things that were holding you back, the Ten of Wands. Two of Cups. Yeah, that's a choice of love, of lovers. So for some of you, you're realizing why certain things were mirrored to you within lovers and connections. So for some of you, like you have new connections. Sometimes saying no to somebody is saying yes to self-love. Soul evolution goes. For some of you, you were fighting lovers too, realizing I remember when it finally hit me, like, I have to stop running away from this. So why am it irritates me so much. I want to get away. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like, no, it's meant for me to endure this. I was like, why does this irritate me so much? And I remember telling myself the other night, I was like, I've got to shut this down and not let it irritate me and not have that mindset like, I'm just going to go get somebody else. Like, no, I'm experiencing this for a reason. My lover's treating me this way for a reason. Why does it bother me so much? Why? What do I need to change about myself? And then I was like, oh my God, but I do the same thing. You know, so I was like, okay, if I don't want to experience this feeling, I have to not be putting this out. It's to show me I'm getting treated the way I've been treating him. Why was I dismissing this and not seeing this before? It is so much like that. That's why, like, I always say, like, relationships and stuff, like, they're work, you know? You don't just have perfect harmony in a relation. Like, to me, if you did, it would be boring. It would be so complacent. What would you have to learn from each other? What would you have? Just if things are just always in sync and in order, it's just boring. You need that duality. Keeps things interesting, right? But maybe things are going to be a bit more in sync, a bit more imbalanced. And, you know, maybe that is what's taken some time to get used to, right? For some of you, like, if you're used to having, like, chaos and conflict, like, it's all you know. If you don't have that, you feel things are out of place. Like, I've been there where it's like, I've been in relationships where it's like, if things are fine, then I'll go sabotage and do something because it's like, no, I need to have a little bit of chaos going on here, or I don't feel like things are okay. It's like, if you're not acting a certain way, and then I don't feel like you love me because you're not giving me your time and attention. So there's something about that, reprogramming something, changing an aspect. Okay. I have so much in my mind right now. So, where do you want me to go with this verse? Anyway, so I've been getting drawn to the Under the Oak, but I am going to put this deck down now. We gonna put it to bed. Okay, it's time to put it to bed. Queen of Pentacles came out on the deck. I've got so many decks. Like, I've been getting guided to. I was getting guided to use in one of my favorite oldie decks. Getting in here, and then it was interesting because it was like, this was like one of my first decks that I started up my other channel with this deck. Anyway, this is a very old deck from the beginning, right? In my spiritual journey. But then it was like I was trying to use one of these new decks, right? I don't know. And then I've got some other decks pulled here. Oh, because I'm going to use this new stained glass deck that I got. But the silver was standing out to me. There's something with the frequency of silver, and even this box is silver, I realized. The silver lining. There's something with silver. It's standing out to me a lot. I don't know what vibration that's associated with. Okay. So, I feel like I've got to put these decks. I have so much energy around me. So look up the frequency. And you guys are getting a frequency healing. They always have me put on frequencies that purge out emotions, I've noticed. So you could be getting really emotional during my readings too, I feel the same. Sometimes I'm like, why am I feeling this way? Oh, it's the frequency that's on. So you can be guided to different readings for, I have different healings for, I'm an activator as well, right? So, gatekeeper. So it can be activating certain energies. There's a lot of different gifts and different things that jobs that I have, right? I don't know why I'm feeling to call them out in this reading specifically. Maybe it's going to bring you to something into your awareness, okay? Maybe it's going to activate some dormant gifts within you or get you to realize that you have more different missions and different mission work. Like, I knew that I was a grid worker, an activator. I've always known that, right? But where's I going with this? Just like I didn't like, so I was always doing that job, right? First, traveling the grid, activating certain things, certain places I'd get guided to. I knew that needed my energy and stuff, but anyway, just like with the channeling, like I knew that I channeled messages specifically for people. But I didn't know I was going to be collectively doing readings and having a presence online. Right? And even though I know I've had to ask for a lot of protection, being more open on the airways, okay? But things are always put in the quantum field, right? So time is just an illusion, is a construct, and it's evil. I just shared the download earlier. Go take a look at my Facebook if you haven't followed me. I used to have all this stuff in my description box, but check a look at an older video. You'll find it. Maybe I'll remember to put it up there. Maybe I'll put it in my last reading while I'm here. Yeah. I shared a whole little video where it shows the breakdown of time and the numbers and how they break it all down to sixes. Okay. Yeah. It's all a plan of control. They control us with time. That's why I've always been fucking against time. Yeah, confirmation. I be telling the truth, baby. Ace of Swords. Thought I seen homage again. Timing. December 22nd through March 1st. I'm looking at this card. That's why I got this deck, because it's got all the fun little new age stuff associated, which really brings back some of the ancient knowledge, but still I wanted to see them, right? Element Ver, astrology, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, associations, numerology with one, just to see it all, right? And I like to see the new age like reversal meanings. The Ace of Swords reverse is destruction, confusion, hostility, failure, and arguments. I mean, it wasn't coming out that way. I'm just giving it as an example. But see, like, I wouldn't have given the Ace of Swords reverse that way. Upright is clarity, breakthrough, truth, authority, and new beginnings. So that is what we're feeling. First card out the deck for this reading. Ace of Swords. See the silver and gold frequency that you're getting? The cards play a big factor. People don't realize that. Even each of the tarot and the vibration associated with each of the cards. Four of Wands. Queen of Cups coming out. Celebration, reunion, stability, and belonging. It's my home card. With the Queen of Cups. Sensitivity, intuition, a healer, inspiration, femininity, and shy. Ooh, see? I wouldn't have read the Queen of Cups was shy before. So, see, I love the finding new meanings, new ways people interpret these cards. Eight of Cups is coming out abandonment, withdrawal, loneliness, emotional strength. See, I've always read the Eight of Cups as walking away. Is walking away, but emotional withdrawal, loneliness, because it is, you do have those feelings walking away. Sometimes you walk away because you feel abandoned. And was it this reading where, yeah, I was talking about my boyfriend and the things that he'd be doing, right? And it was like ignoring me, hanging up on me. Like, that's what I was talking about. Like, when I was mad, I'm like, he doesn't want to hear my feelings and my emotions. Like, how dare him hang up on me and not listen to my emotions and feelings and not care. You know, I was like, I just need to leave him. I need to find somebody that will care, will listen to my emotions and feelings. Then I realized, like, I do the same thing. I shut down on him and I'm not there for him when I hang up on him, and I won't listen to him when he's upset and wanting to express his emotions and feelings. Do you see? So they were like, no. And that's exactly why he did it too. Because it was funny too, because then I was like, fine, whatever. I didn't say anything like I wanted to, but I didn't. I was like, nope, I need to release this. And a couple hours later, he woke up in the middle of the night and I got an apology with, I love you. I'm sorry, I love you. And it was like, oh God, there he goes again. Saying something sweet. Like, he didn't need to say he was sorry. I was the one saying handful, but it showed he thought about how he had acted. And, you know, the first thing he had said to me was, doesn't feel very good, does it? Don't like being ignored, do you? Knowing that, you know, you gotta work all night. You can't talk to me. You know what I mean? And I can't tell you how many times I did that to him. But I was just like, no. I'd hang up on him like, you can go work now. Like, I ain't even gonna listen to you. You know what I mean? Because you know how frustrating it is, and then it was just like, I'm just like, I don't even want to be here because I'm so fucking mad. I just want to argue, get my emotions out, be heard, but instead it was so much better just to shut it down. A couple hours went by and I was just like even when he said like, sorry, I love you, I was like, damn it. Because I knew that, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I shouldn't have been feeling that way. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't, like, even though I let it go, still, I was still angry for like an hour or 2 hours. And I was like, why, you know, these little things, these are the things that I missed before because I was so caught up in my ego and my emotions, and how dare him not talk, how dare him hang up on me. Oh Lord. I was like, that's what I was thinking. And I was like, I was so caught up in that, thinking he didn't love me, when all along, like, that was the first thing he thought of when he woke up. Like, I didn't get to talk to her, I hung up on her, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And like, it just shows you people miss things so much because you're so hung on to. Like, I can't tell you how many like fights and stuff that, like, not just with me, but like what I see with other people, where people end things and stuff because they feel that they need to be right or be heard. And it's just little things. Like, sometimes you just gotta let things calm down so you can see people for how they really are. You know what I mean? Like, rage and anger, it really blocks things, and you gotta let things calm down and see how they are, you know? And it's just like with that simple saying they showed, just like with boiling water. When water is boiling rapidly, can you see through it? No. When it stops boiling, you see right through it, right? That's why you see the clarity of things when things calm down. That's why I always say, like, you should never break up with somebody, like, in the mix of, like, a big fight or an altercation or whatever. The best thing to do is to separate. Take some time. Let things calm down. And then think. And then if you decide it's really over or whatever, then you decide that. But you don't do it in the moment because you might not have all of the facts. You might, you know what I mean? And you never make big decisions in those specific moments, right? And sometimes you got to have time apart to see if it's worth fixing, fighting. And that's why be careful too. Like, don't make a big decision like, okay, I'm separated, let me go find somebody else. Because can you imagine how bad that is? Like, if you were like, you know what, I'm so mad at them, I'm gonna go find somebody else, and you go find somebody else, and then you go do something with them. Like, I know people will go do that. I've never been one to do that, but that is so awful. Like, I can't tell you how many times I'm just like, I'm so glad that there's been times I've been separated and people have came in to ask me out on dates and things like that. Like, literally that happened just this last month. I had somebody, but I was like, no, I'm good, you know? And I remember thinking like, gosh, it'd be really nice right now to go on a date and have somebody like hear my feelings, show me love, appreciate me. But I was like, but no, I'm not going to do that. As mad as I am at my lover and we're separated. And I was so mad, and I found out that he had like messaged an ex too. And what's so funny is, like, he told me he messaged this ex, but she never responded or whatever. He deleted the message immediately, but I was like, whatever. You're saying that, you did that, whatever. But anyway, amongst me being upset and us being separated, like, I didn't do anything. I didn't act on it, even though I had this person trying to take me on or whatever. And, like, and it wasn't one of those where it was just like I was asked, I turned it down, and then nothing happen. Like, I wouldn't have to see him again or whatever. No, it was literally like I would see this man because it's a coworker. Like, I'd see him every day. Yeah, so every day he's looking at me with those eyes like, are you sure? Are you sure? You know what I mean? So I was constantly it was literally like every day I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no. So every day I was having to tell myself like, no, let me go over here. Let me because I ain't gonna lie, like, he was very attractive. Like, he younger man, very. I was just like, old me would have been like, what? Okay, but